Hey guys, Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. I've got a couple things on the table, well, more than a couple things on the table, but the main thing that we're focusing on today is the Gamo C-15 Bone Collector Edition CO2 BB/pellet pistol. Really quick, I want to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns for making this video possible. Go check them out, guys. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. www.gatewaytoairguns.org. The Gamo C-15 Bone Collector Edition is quite sexy looking. I like the OD green. Of course, love the Bone Collector emblem. Makes it look so super awesome. Okay, so this is a CO2 gun. It is powered by one 12-gram cartridge of CO2, and it is pellets or BBs, 177 caliber. The company recommends that you only shoot either low dome top or flathead pellets. Anything else may damage the mag, and I know you don't want to do that. It has fixed sights, the fixed front blade sight and the fixed rear sight with 3 reflective white dots that you would line up to aim at your target. It has a manual safety. It pops up and pops down, very convenient right there where your thumb would be while you're shooting. It has a 2-stage trigger. Also, it is like single action or double. It has a smooth bore barrel. It has the realistic blowback action, which gives you that kind of feel for the recoil in a real firearm, so it's great for practicing. The OD green frame is polymer plastic, mostly all polymer plastic. The slide is steel. The trigger is metal as well. So it comes with a, it's a clip, but it has 2 rotary mags on the end. You just flip it over and pop it in there, and it holds 8 rounds on each end. Tactical accessory rail to mount a laser light or a flashlight. And this gun right here is pretty inexpensive. You can get it for around 95 bucks, so that's not bad for a little backyard plinking or some trigger time to get used to handling a pistol for a lot less than what it would cost to use an actual firearm. Okay, how do you operate the Gamo C-15 pellet/BB pistol? Make sure the safety's engaged first and get your CO2, your pellets, all of that stuff together. Remove the CO2 chamber cover. Then you're going to place a dot of silicone oil on the 12-gram CO2 cartridge. Place it in the CO2 compartment. Tighten the screw that is at the bottom of the grip. Tighten it to puncture the CO2 cartridge. Replace the cover back on your compartment. Now it's time to load the mag. Now this mag is very, very simple to load. You're basically just going to pop the pellet head first or the BB. I mean, there's no head on the BB, of course. The mags are magnetic, so it makes loading, especially the steel BBs, a lot easier because they actually stick to the mag. You're not going to lose them. You can either place them on there, they'll stick to it, and then slide them easily into each chamber, or you can place them in your hand and just stick the mag on your hand and pick them up like that. It makes it super easy to load. So load both ends, and then you're going to pop it into the handle until it clicks and it's ready to go. So now all you need to do is point your muzzle in a safe direction, disengage the safety, and it's ready to fire. Performance, guys. This is what we're all waiting for on these GRiP reviews. We want to see how the guns perform. So first off, let's check out the trigger pull. On this one, it has a 2-stage trigger, and the first stage is very long. I was not surprised when I got 3 pounds 14 ounce of trigger pull on the meter. So no surprise there. It's not the best trigger. It is a CO2 pistol, so that's kind of how it goes with those sometimes. Is this BB/pellet pistol backyard friendly? I sure hope so, but let's find out. So at the muzzle, the DB reading was 85, and I moved it to 20 feet away, which would be where the furthest target is, and I got 80. So yeah, it's backyard friendly. That's quite quiet. So accuracy. I took this out and tested several different pellets like I normally do and chose the best 3. And to my surprise, I was only going to use the H&N Sportfield Target Trophy Greens over the chronograph to see what the maximum feet per second was. But those ones were actually the most accurate. They were pretty close to the Gamo matches. These ones I was so surprised and pleased with. I chose those as the top pellet. The Gamo matches I chose as second, and then the Crosman hollow points, those came in third. And as far as the BBs, the Daisy BBs didn't shoot near as well as the Umarex steel BBs. So these are the best out of all that I tested. Okay guys, so accuracy and power. We want to find out exactly how this pistol does without any AA error at all. So what I have here is the Ransom Master Series pistol rest. This takes all the human error out of it and shows you exactly what the pistol will do. I first tested it at 10 feet.
Oh, guess what? You gotta push that back down. Maybe about it. Yep, that's it. Okay, that's pretty sweet. This is at 10 feet. All right. Here we go with BBs. Let's see how accurate they are. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to see. Yeah. Glasses! Okay, here we go. And that, I believe, was it. No, there's another one. Okay, so next are the Crosman Premiers. These are hollow points. Oh, whoops. Mm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think those did beautifully, guys. Absolutely beautifully. H&N Sportfield and Trophy Green. Oh. Oh. Wow. So those ones, I think, are the best. Didn't expect it. Very surprised. Absolute the best. Super sweet.
Chose the best pellet out of those 3, and BB, of course. Chose the best one out of those, which was the H&N Sportfield Target Trophy Greens. Then I took the target back to 20 feet and tested it again in this rest.
I have no idea where that hit. It is maybe set a little high. That's high. I'm gonna still aim for the same place and just see where it's grouping. Thanks. Oh. There we go. There we go. I see the group. Okay, I'm gonna actually load the other side with the same thing and bring it down some so we can see the group. All right, let's see where that's shooting. Safety off. Oh, that's low. I think that's it. Not bad. Not bad at 20 feet.
So the thing about velocity with a CO2 gun is it's a little difficult to test it accurately with each pellet without changing out the CO2 cartridge every time for each mag. So what I did was I used the same CO2 cartridge. I actually checked to see how many shots I would get from it first before I did that, to make sure that I would get somewhat of an equivalent amount of power with each pellet. I used the Gamo match pellets for the test because I actually have more of those than I do the H&N Sport. I got 40 full power shots, 80 shots until the CO2 is completely depleted and you can actually see the BB go pew. The first reading on my chronograph was 393 feet per second. The 40th was 294 and the 80th shot was 122 feet per second. It's time to change out the CO2 cartridge. Do realize that the first few, when you first put the CO2 in the gun, the first few shots, the velocity is going to be much higher than the rest. So I actually took a few shots before testing it over the chronograph. It starts high and then it just drifts down, down, down until you're out. So now it's my turn. I'm going to put a little bit of the AA air back in it, shoot it off the Ransom multi-cal rest, and see what we get, using the H&N Sport Field Target Trophy greens at 20 feet. Hi. Two, four, six. Okay, so at the rest, not that great. Let's try it offhand, sitting down.
It helps if you take the safety off. Oh, I do better without it. Surprise, surprise.
Still not that great. Let's try it standing up.
Okay, let me see. Freehand.
Okay, that's much better. I think standing up with a pistol is more of a natural position. That's why I did better. Okay, so finishing up, guys, cons and pros. A couple of cons. One is that you're limited to the flathead or dome top pellets. Others may damage the mag, and I did experience that if any of my pellets had any kind of blemishes on them that made them odd shaped, they didn't cycle well. So you got to make sure your pellets aren't beat up. They've got to be almost perfect to shoot through here. The BBs all shot great. I did not have any cycling issues with those. Some of the other pellets that I tested previously, they didn't cycle well at all because there was some blemishes on them and they got stuck in the mag. Another one would be the trigger's not that great, but honestly, guys, with most CO2 pistols like this, it's about the same as all the rest of them, so there's really not much difference. It is kind of a heavy trigger with a long first stage pull. Other than those two things, there's not really any other cons. So let's move on to the pros. Pros. Well, it's a pretty sweet looking pistol. I don't know if anybody out there collects bone collector items, but this would be great to add to your collection. I love the OD green, the blowback action, the single or double action, whichever you choose, the double 8-round mag, the ability to shoot pellets or BBs in it, the shot count, 40 full power shots, 80 shots before the CO2 is diminished. It also has the tactical rail to add an accessory to make it your own in a sense. The safety is extremely convenient. It's realistic, it's pretty realistic, and the blowback action adds to that realisticness, if that's a word. It definitely adds to it. It's great for either just some fun backyard plinking or You know, guys, ammo for firearms is pretty expensive, and this right here, you can get BBs and pellets for next to nothing compared to firearm ammo. So just to get out in the backyard and get some trigger time, these CO2 pellet pistols, BB pistols, are absolutely perfect for that. I would like to take a moment to say thank you to Gateway to Airguns. Thank y'all so much for making these videos possible. If you guys have not checked them out, you really, really should. If you're an air gunner, you like air guns, you like shooting, go check out www.gatewaytoairguns.org. There is something for every air gunner alive. I promise. I guess that's it, guys. This is the Gamo C-15 Bone Collector, Michael Waddell's Bone Collector Edition CO2 pellet / BB pistol with all its pros and its cons. I'm Airgun Angie with Gateway to Airguns. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all don't just have a good day, have an awesome one. See ya. I took it out of the rinse and rest